First, I caught up with US lawyer to the stars, Michael Jackson and Winona Ryder's former lawyer, Mark Geragos, who told me how things work in America.
Basically, the only courts that are televised are state courts. The federal courts do not televise trials, which is one of the reasons you didn't see Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, because that was in the federal court. The U.S. Supreme Court, which is a federal court, does audio stream, meaning that you can't see it, but you can hear it, the proceedings in the U.S. Supreme Court. But other than that, it's only at the state level, as of right now, where we televise trials.
Fascinating guy, one of America's most famous lawyers. I also asked him what having cameras in courts has actually achieved.
I have argued for many years that the U.S. has imported from the U.K. a kind of a tabloidization, if you will, of the criminal law. Well, one of the things that we did not import from the UK was your Contempt of Court Act, which basically is a counterbalance to doing the massive publicity that you get normally in criminal cases. Obviously, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was an exception. That wasn't criminal, although by the time it was done, I almost felt like it was a criminal case. The fact remains that one of the problems is it offers transparency. It offers, presumably, at least in theory, an educational vehicle for the public. But on the downside, it's very difficult to get a fair trial. And there is a kind of a gladiator aspect to it.
Now, don't forget that this legal veteran is the man who defended Michael Jackson. Tough gig. I asked him about whether televising trials cheapens the whole system and possibly contributes to a higher crime rate. Here's what he had to say.
A lot of people who've made the argument, and I think there's a compelling nature to it, that part of the school shooting problem is that you find predominantly it's white males of a very young age, and that the publicity attendant to it ends up kind of attracting that. I don't know that I buy into all of that, but yes, it does cheapen the system in a lot of ways. People get what I think is a skewed view of what lawyering or judging is all about. But I think I would be more judicious, pun intended, in the use of which cases get televised. But when you have, generally, the televised trials are what I have affectionately or not so affectionately called the supersized trials. It's difficult enough to get a fair trial in a case that has that much attention. Then you throw, this gasoline on the fire, so to speak. It makes it even more difficult. It operates the same way as the internet does. You get online clicks. So what is trying to be done is maximize eyeballs. It's one of the reasons you don't see a whole lot of televised probate cases or unlawful eviction cases. I think that all the added attention makes it more difficult generally for famous or celebrity people to get fair trials. Infamous people who are known for their notoriety, it works in the opposite way.